Mic check.
Hello.
Is there
Yes, sir.
what it do, what it don't, what it is, and what it ain't? It's your boy Don Otaku, aka Don Solo, aka Solo the Don, aka Solo D Swaggy, aka the Jive Turkey. And this is the Dual-Wield Gaming Podcast, episode 15. And of course, I am here with Subegels, aka Subeg, aka the Green Thumb, aka the Gaming Gardener, aka the Veil Gardener. And last but not least, Lognet's very own and the co-host of this podcast. How you feeling, man? You got over that bug that you had last week?
Uh, the bug still remains. We're still patching it out. You feel me? I'm feeling like I'm gonna say I'm like 90% the way there. I still have a little bit of a cough. I still get like a little bit congested, but outside of that, I'm good. I've been, I feel like when you're sick, it's best to like try to sweat, because when you sweat, you kind of like get the toxins out of your system. So I've been doing that, and yeah, I'm feeling good. I got a banana with me if I get hungry. I got my water as always, and I'm ready. What about you?
Oh yeah, we 100% now,
We hunt it?
and yeah, we 100, and we just chilling. Happy birthday to my girl. We just celebrated her birthday, so spending time with her for the most part. For the last couple days. But yeah, man. The sun finally came out. Actually, got to go outside, enjoy nature for a little bit. Before the
Absolutely.
podcast, so we grooving over here. We cooling.
Cooling. That's
But
what's
yeah.
up. I love to hear it.
What else you
Wait,
been
what
up
did you
to?
guys do?
What's going? Oh yeah, we just
For,
went because we still new to the place, so we went exploring. Went over to this trail on the intersect of these two rivers, the Clackamas and Willamette River. So we were just cooling, walk the dog along this trail.
okay.
Nothing too crazy.
Are you finding any like mainstays? Well, on your at your time there, like any places that you like to return to or go to more often than others?
Uh, Not really. I
Nah,
mean,
damn.
I don't know, cause there's a lot of places to go. So really, it's like I don't want to go to the same place yet. Once I like do everything, I'm like, okay, there's really nothing else to do. Then I'll start thinking of like, okay, what do I want to revisit? Like, where will I be going for the most part? Type shit.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Just be chilling.
But yeah, man. What you been up to though?
Uh, like as in games or
Oh, like anything.
anything? Yeah, just getting over the being sick. Schoolwork. It was my mom's birthday yesterday, so happy birthday to her
Okay,
as well.
that's
Uh,
my girl birthday yesterday.
oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, your girl and my mom have the same birthday. That's crazy how things work out like that, huh? Anyways, yeah, I got her some L&L. It's right there off of the gym, so like whenever I go to the gym, I could get it. I usually don't because I like to make myself breakfast. But yeah, I got her some food. I dropped it off at her job, and then I came back home, grinded out some homework assignments, and then I started gaming. Uh, haven't been playing too much, but I'm getting through some games and stuff. But should I talk about the games that I've been playing?
Well, I already know we were gonna talk about a little something that had came out.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. Okay.
in my background.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
Let's talk
how
about
you how you feeling about that? How you feeling about that surprise that shadow dropped Kendrick G and Neck?
it. Have you seen the RDC World video?
Yeah,
Yeah, that they playing with you, Kendrick. That show was hella funny. Like they playing with you, Kendrick. And then he's like, drop it. Drop the video and then drop it in 5 minutes. I was like, that shit is so Kendrick. Like, but I fuck with it. I'm West Coast, so I gotta rock with it regardless. But I
you ain't
actually
got to
enjoy
do
the
that.
music. I would say I like the slower songs more than the big pop songs. Definitely Man at the Garden. I've been calling my show Subeg's Garden the Garden, so it's kind of crazy seeing it kind of symbolized in a different way. Um, Luther, that song is good. I gotta look at the track list real quick. Of course, I like the way that he ties it all up with Gloria. Talking about how like his pen and his like is his like. Well, he says it's his bitch, but it's like that's his weapon. That's how he could fight back. That's how he could give back. But I like it though. I'm not in love with every track. I think TV Off kind of sounds a lot like Not Like Us. If you,
Bro, that is literally not like us 2.0.
yeah, it literally just sounds a lot like Not Like Us. I like the beat and stuff, but like I said, I like the slower songs a little bit more. I haven't dived too much into like what he's saying. Like I'm hearing some of it here and there. Like I like the Man at the Garden song because um it just makes me think like when you're in the stadium or when he is performing around people and like they're gonna be like singing along and stuff, like they're gonna be singing along things that are like positive and uplifting. So I kind of like that. That's the same thing when he made the song It's like because he says I love myself in the song, right? But it's like when you're in the crowd, like he's kind of like making everyone say those words, so he's kind of like manifesting it for everyone. So it's cool. It's cool that he's very powerful with his words, but he is very hateful too. Right now, he's kind of in his hate arc. He's still continuing that, but I fuck with it. What about you?
It's it's cool.
Cool. I
I
mean,
don't
it's
even
your
know. Like,
background.
I honestly don't know how I feel about it. Even though I've been listening to it, I'm just
Yeah,
like, it's I don't know, man. Like, it's so weird
it's
because
interesting. Yeah.
I'm the same one who's like, yeah, bro. Like, TPAB is like I hate TPAB just because it has no replay value. Like, it's art, but it's not music.
Mm,
And at the same time, this one is too far in the other direction as well. Like, I feel like Damn is Damn and like Section 80 are like the ones where he blends both, like he blends the real with the while also making it sound like commercial and poppy at the same time.
mm-hmm.
Um, but this one, I'm like, okay, I love hearing like, yeah, TV off, that shit go hard. Squabble up, that hell go hard. But at the same time, the songs like he it's like at the same time he not really saying like I'm trying to piece the album together like a Damn or like a Mr. Morale or
Mm,
like a T-Pab, Good Kid, Mad City, where like there's all of these pieces that you're putting together with each song, and I'm not feeling that like, oh, there's this overarching um like this overarching narrative that's being told. It feels more like a mixtape than it does
mm.
like a Kendrick album.
I see. I see.
Um
Can I ask you a question?
yeah.
Do you think that this album was made relatively like recently, like in a short amount of time?
I can see that just because of the the sound, the artist that he's working with, um, which is why I also feel like he has a second album in the like that's coming out relatively soon as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Yeah.
That may be more in line with what you would expect from the next Kendrick Lamar album. Um, but at the same time, like I said, there's definitely some bops on here. Right now my top songs are TV Off, Squabble Up, Luther, Gloria, and Reincarnated is probably like one of the best Kendrick Lamar songs he's made in years. Like Reincarnated is crazy. But yeah, that one is fire. I feel like another thing is that the highs are not as high as his other albums, but I also feel like it's like the songs are like consistently like sevens and eight
Mm.
rather than, and then they'll have like one or two nines, um, but not like I feel like Mr. Morale. It was like there was like fives and sixes, and then there was like a 10,
Hmm.
a 10 or like two tens in there. While this one is like every is more consistent, but the highs aren't like as high as some of his other albums. But it's a vibe though. Not gonna lie. Um, I can listen to it front to back for the most part. So I'm still vibing to it right now.
That's cool. It feels like an homage to West Coast, for the most part. Like that's the through line I get from the album is like he just wants to pay more homage to, this side of the his life, because he's even said it in his music, like he's went to Africa and stuff like that. Like, anyways, but yeah, I could see that too. Like, I'm not in love with it either. Like, I'm listening to it because I'm trying to like dissect it like in real time, and for the most part, I'm listening to it at the gym if I am. But like, I feel the groove in the music though, and I like it. But we'll see what happens, because I've seen some, like, I've read some shit on Twitter where people are saying like he might drop um early next year, like you said, like something else is coming. Like, I don't know if it's like a deluxe album, or like just like a double feature type thing. But that is something that he hasn't really done. Like, a lot of the artists that claim that they're, number ones, they've all kind of done that, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've had like a double feature. Because even Drake has a double feature. I forgot which album was, but like that one of his album has like 20 or 30 songs on it.
Bro,
But
he be dropping 30 song albums. Like every album is a 30 song album since like Scorpion, because that's the new trend. You drop a shit ton of songs, and then you get all of these streams because
Mhm.
people have to literally go through 30 songs and be like, oh, you're the number one artist, and like the average of each song is way smaller than someone else with like 12 songs on their album, but the sheer number of songs makes you go number one.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
the thing that everyone's doing now. I hate it.
Mhm.
That's
But
why Donda is 29 fucking songs, and I'm like, bro, like if Donda was like you took like the best 14 songs from Donda, that could have been like a top 5 Kanye album. But
yeah.
he just had so many songs on there. There was bound to be like misses.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. I always say like the best amount, like the ideal amount of tracks in an album is 12 to 16. I would say that's the
Yeah,
best range.
that's standard. That's
Yeah.
literally like LP format. Like most time, you're not going over 18 max.
exactly. But what do you think? You think Drake's got something cooking or?
The only thing he cooking up his lawsuit with his pussy.
This is what I'll say. You know, I talked a lot of shit about Drake, even personally, for a minute, because I know a lot of Drake fanboys in my life, but um, or Aubrey, whatever his name is. I feel like if he just took like maybe 3 years to make an album, he could come up with around 10 good songs. I would say that. Cause like if you look at his past like 4 or 5 albums, I would say like you can probably take like maybe like 2 or 3 good songs off of each of those albums, and then like combine it together, then it becomes something like good and cohesive. But he just farts out music, bruh. Like he needs to relax with his cadence and then actually try to make good music. But we'll see. He is an actor, you know.
Drake is a single rapper. Like you, outside of ever since what's it called? What was that? His second album. I can't even remember what it's called. Take Care.
Nothing was the same. Oh.
No. Ever since Take Care, like even nothing was the same. For the most part, was also decent, but for the most part, like he's so inconsistent in his album. Um, and he has no like he makes the same album, but somehow has no cohesion on the album at the same time, and then it's like, bro, I don't even think time would help, honestly, but he has the singles, and he's like, all right, that's all I need. Like give me 2-3 good singles, and that's gonna be enough to sell the album to everybody. But yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
So
enough.
so
Oh, go ahead.
wait.
Finish up.
So what we think? What we think? What's the best album of the year so far?
Oh, it's
Real quick.
it's JPEG Mafia.
Peggy.
Yeah, it's Peggy.
Okay. I'm rocking with it.
Speaking of, have they done Spotify Wrapped yet or no?
Nah, they haven't yet.
All right. But yeah, it's Peggy for me.
I can concur with that.
I wanted Chromacopia to surpass it, but nah. I laid down my life for you is the GOAT. But that's enough about music.
Sure.
Let's see. Oh yeah, let's talk about games.
Gaming.
So yeah, man, what you been playing?
Yeah. So I bought Dragon's Dogma 2 off of Green Man Gaming. Shout out to them. They have a special going on. 30, I think it was like $34. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good deal for it. But I booted that up. I always take forever in my character creators, and in that one you have to make two. So took a minute creating my characters, and then I hopped in there. I played for maybe like an hour or two, and then I didn't want to get too invested in it because I've been trying to like go to sleep early, but I played a little bit of that, and then I played a little bit of Dragon Age, just to just keep trying to play something else other than the games that I'm covering. But I can say that I've finished my Windblown coverage for that game. Video is potentially coming soon, but so I played a little bit of Windblown, of course, Zelda, of course, but outside of those, just a little bit of Dragon's Dogma 2, Dragon Age. Not too much about Dragon Age other than I'm in like one of the first like open world areas where there's a little bit more exploring. I don't even think I could call it open world, but it's more of like a hub area where you're going through. It's really beginning, dude. I don't even fucking remember. I'm just there for the ride, bruh, to be honest. But I will say I've been choosing the middle dialogue option more, and like that's I would say is more sarcastic, and like everything that the person says is like sarcasm or like is like jokey, and like I actually like be giggling at some of the stuff that they be saying. But yeah, I got to the first open world area, and then I stopped playing. Then I Yeah, and then I went to bed actually. But this morning I woke up and I played a little bit of Echoes. I'm in the last dungeon, Laneru, something like that. It's a snowy area, and yeah, I finally reached the dungeon, and I'm stuck in a part where I'm trying to figure out how to like shut off like two lanterns, and I'm thinking that I'm missing one of the echoes, but yeah, I'm almost done with that game. But yeah, that's really all I've been playing outside of the homework and stuff. Actually I played a little bit of Stalker, but I can say that I don't think that I don't think that game's for me. Outside of that, but I might play it a little bit more, but that's really all as of right now. A little bit.
Okay, okay. I'm surprised, or I mean, do you like games like Fallout, or was it a little
See,
too hardcore?
no, it's I just bro, I'm a pussy when it comes to horror games, bro. I
Oh,
get
I
I
see.
get I get I get scared real easily, and I think that might be the main deterrent. I just need to stop being a fucking pussy, but yeah, it's really just that. I was meshing with like the gunplay and stuff. Like I was getting, like I was pretty accurate when I was playing, and stuff like that. Like it wasn't too like complicated, but there are like systems in that game, so I didn't get too far. But um yeah, that was really it. I didn't really even run into that many performance issues other than it like stuttered here and there.
Okay. Well, as for myself, Don Otaku. Um, shit. I've been playing Stalker 2. Still with my ass for sure. I'm in the real like open world part of it now, and I'm doing a lot of side quests and exploring the world, just discovering the world, seeing what's out there, and then just seeing what piques my interest, and then just going in that direction and seeing what pops off. And this game is great for that because you will find something at every direction, which is the one thing that I love in an open world game, where you can just go in any direction and you're just gonna find something interesting, whether it be some side quests, whether it be some stuff that just pops off in the middle of the like randomly in the open world.
Mhm.
Um, you can find better guns and loot and all types of things just by exploring without even doing quests. Um, different anomalies, enemies, like surprising enemies, and I love like the monster like diversity, because I keep running into these monsters where I'm just like, bro, what like what is this and why does it
Mhm.
exist? I think I talked about this one that I the one enemy that I rage quit on last time, because it was an enemy that was invisible, and you could hear it, you couldn't see any footsteps, you couldn't see anything like that, and you would hear it, and if you didn't like run out of the vicinity, you would take damage. So like I was so frustrated with that one, because I was like, bro, how do I kill this dude? Because there's like I can't see him, and I'm shooting in the direction of the sound, and nothing's happening. Turns out that there's like a wisp, like it's like a mist that you can see, and but it's not what's attacking you. You have to basically chase down the mist, and it's like running from you. And when you do start shooting at it, it pulls up like a pile of rocks, and you have to shoot it, and then it drops the rocks, and then it moves into another room, and you're like chasing it. Um, but like if you stop, it's gonna attack you. So like you basically have to keep chasing it down until like you shoot it enough that you finally see the monster after you kill it, and then it's like, bro, like stuff like that. I'm like, bro, the enemy design in this game is amazing, and I'm still just enjoying the world, but I have to play it in short bursts because I get frustrated with how difficult it gets. So I play for like an hour, and I'm like, okay, I'm off, and then I might play it later in the night. Like, all right, let me hop back on and play for another hour. But yeah, Stalker 2 still has been pretty great so far. I haven't been doing too much of the actual story, so I can't really comment too much on that part if the storyline has been better or worse. And then still I've been dabbling in Microsoft Flight Sim still. Got my commercial license now. Which last time I can't remember if I said on here that I got my private pilot license, and then I started doing like the missions once you get the private pilot license, which is basically like giving people tours of the city in the plane, and you can fly over parts of whatever city that you choose. Since I chose Portland, is actually like, hey, you can show these people, like you're doing a little tour for them over Beaverton, which is a small town next to Portland. I'm like, bro, I know exactly where that's at. And like the fact that they actually have like the locations, and they're like, oh yeah, and here's it was like something Creek, which is a place that I haven't even visited over here, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. I get to actually see this, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's like a creek, and it's a park that a lot of people visit, and you're just able to see it like on Flight Sim. I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. So I've done enough missions that I was able to do the commercial pilot license, and I'm doing the training for that now. But yeah, I'm still enjoying it actually. The career mode really, now the AI voices, bro. That's like the first guy, the first few AI voices were cool. They were like, they weren't natural, but they were decent enough. They sounded like early Siri, early Google days. But now when you get a passenger, it's like the AI voices turn into like the most half-assed, like robotic voices. I'm like, bro, and they be saying the dumbest shit. I would never thought I would have to worry about dialogue in a Microsoft Flight Sim game, but the people, the tourists, they just say the same things, but they like, and they keep repeating it. Like every customer says the same dumb shit. I'm like, bro, obviously y'all just had whoever was on hand to write this dialogue. Y'all did not like get someone who knows how to write dialogue. But other than that, it's just a chill game to just jump into, like do some trainings, do some missions, fly over somewhere, and then they hit me with that C, and they're like, yeah, bro, do better. I'm like, I'm trying, bro.
Damn.
But yeah, that's basically what I've been playing. But I have been playing another game, but I haven't actually gotten. I forgot to record gameplay for it. But me and my girl, we actually tried out a new game that came out. that's been blowing up a little bit called SUPERVIVE. And SUPERVIVE is a 5v5, or sorry, not even 5v5. It's basically League of Legends X Apex Legends. That's like the best way to describe it. It's a MOBA battle royale, and up to four players. You can do duos, trios, and squads, which is 4v or and I think it is 20 teams of 4 if I'm remembering. Maybe not 20. It might be 10 teams of 4. I actually haven't played squads because we've just been playing duos, but I know it's like 10 or 12 teams of 2 when you're playing duos.
Okay.
But just like any battle royale, there's the circle, it's shrinking. You have to be the last one standing. And but what makes it like the way that they blend the MOBA mechanics is really cool. So obviously it's going to be isometric because it is a MOBA, but they actually take a lot of the elements of a MOBA like League of Legends into account as well. So there is a leveling system where you basically level up and you unlock the abilities just like League of Legends. So you'll start off level 1 and you'll only have one ability. Then as you so they'll have the mobs, they'll have the what do they call them in this game? They're called creeps, and the creeps are basically the NPCs they spawn into the world, and you basically kill them for XP. And as you gain XP, you level up, you gain new abilities, and then you keep leveling up and you upgrade those abilities so that they're stronger. You have 4 abilities for each character. And it literally works just like a MOBA. And they have different categories, or not categories, but different archetypes, classes. That's what I was looking for. Classes for the champions, or the hunters as they call them in this one, because obviously every MOBA, every battle royale, every hero shooter has to have a different word for what they call their characters. So they're hunters in this game, and so you'll have like the healers, you'll have your frontline tankish characters, you'll have your damage dealing, your attack damage characters. Some of them will be like straight attack damage, some of them will be ability power, and you pick up items throughout the world, pick up new like weapons to upgrade your abilities. And just like a MOBA, you're like making a build for that character. So like if you're someone who has a lot of like, their abilities are basically that's how you win, by using your abilities. You put your ability power up, or if you just want to max out your like straight attack damage, you can do that as well. And you're just picking up items throughout the world that drop from enemies, that drop in these, there's like vaults that you can basically do like these puzzles to open, and they'll have like really cool items. Then there's these boss creeps that are there throughout the world, and the boss creeps will usually give you a special they'll give you a special like item that you can that's like unique compared to all the other ones throughout the world. So there's a lot going on in this game as far as like how you build your character and the leveling up, because obviously you don't want to run into a character that's a higher level than you, so you want to try to level up as fast as you can. But yeah, this game is actually really fun, especially for someone who's played a lot of League and then fell off of League. This is a pretty good evolution to that, where it feels unique but familiar, and then that battle royale like that battle royale aspect of like, oh shit, like, oh, it's only like 4 teams left, and like the circle's getting smaller. You're like, okay, like it starts to get really intense, and you're like, yeah, bro, like it's really fun. Um, all the characters so far are very distinct, and in that aspect, it feels like a really good hero shooter. Also, because you have the distinction between each character and like finding the right character for you, or finding like a team that works really well together. Um, yeah, I haven't played with like 3 or 4 people yet, but just playing with two already, like the duos, is really fun. Uh, there's you're basically like on this island that there's a bunch of islands that are like, you're like in the sky, and they're like sky islands, so you have to like glide across a lot of the stage, and gliding from like island to island, you basically if someone attacks you while you're gliding, you will get sent down. And if you're gliding in between an island, that is an automatic kill if you get hit. So like sometimes we'll just be like camping the edge, waiting for someone, like when we know like the circle is here, and we know that there's people who are gonna be crossing over here to get. We'll just like camp the edge, wait for them to start flying, and then just like, and then drop their ass like. And there's also different rules for each match. Kind of like it has that randomness, that kind of like Fragpunk, where every match has a different rule set. So some matches will be like, okay, you have auto revives at the beginning of each match. They'll be like, they'll be like, yeah, you have auto revives at the beginning of the match. So for the first like 10 minutes or so, you'll be able to revive basically, without, like, once you die, even if both of your players die, you'll revive, just so like, so the match feels like it's lasting longer, because you're like, okay, we're reviving, okay, then they'll turn off the revives, and like everyone has had enough time to level up as much as they can at that point. So then like the fight towards the end, because everybody's still there, but everybody's like level 6, 7, 8 by that time, and then the fights get way more intense once the revives are shut off. So yeah, SUPERVIVE, I feel like that is the next big one. It actually ended up topping League on Twitch, and it was funny because their official Twitter, they were like, I forgot what they said. They like added League of Legends, and they were like, or Riot Games, and they were like, "What's up, little bro?" I was like, "Oh, they trying to look for some competition." I was like, I fuck with them, and that, like, once I saw that tweet, I was like, "Yeah, let me play this," because that shit was funny. But yeah, SUPERVIVE, that's been pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
It's free, right?
Yeah, it's free to play. Free to play. Only on Steam right now. But yeah, it's dope. If you got a PC, definitely check it out. But yeah, man, that's what I've been playing.
Sick. You always put me on, bro. Always. I appreciate it. Same with Peggy. I probably wouldn't even have listened to Peggy's album if you didn't let me know about it.
You know, exclusive taste over here. Nah, not exclusive taste. I like the I don't be
Inclusive
gatekeeping over
taste.
here.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what needs to be gatekeep though? They need to gatekeep Sonic games over with Robert Kellett and Astro Perry King. I saw what you did, and I ain't forget. Don't
You want
don't
me to you
don't
want me to
think
pull
I ain't
out the Sonic
forget.
games
Nah,
that
you
I
better
got?
not put that shit on this screen. I ain't trying to get my
I only got
community to leave.
three. I just got Sonic Colors. I got Sonic Frontiers, and I got the Shadow game. That's the only ones I have. I have Generations on Xbox, but that's digitally.
Bad. No, I'm just
I
playing.
know. It's all good. It's for the homie Sonic, you know.
But yeah, I guess happy Thanksgiving to everybody because
Oh,
when this comes out, it's gonna be Thanksgiving.
absolutely. Hella forgot about that. Damn.
Yeah. But yeah, what are we thankful for?
Thankful?
Yeah.
I'm thankful for everything, bruh. I'm thankful for living. I'm thankful for the developers that actually developing good ass games. I'm thankful for you. We're doing this shit. No, I mean, I'm sorry. We're doing the podcast, you know. I'm uh I'm thankful for it all, man. I'm thankful that I'm able to get up and go to the gym every day. Well, some days I'd be lazy, but what about you? What are you thankful for?
I'm not. I'm thankful for nothing. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, man. I'm also thankful for everything. I'll just be, thankful that I wake up every day. Thankful that I can do this podcast. That I can
Absolutely.
I can have these games. Thankful for my girl. Thankful for my fam. Thankful for you for agreeing to do the show. You already know. But yeah, man. Thankful for PlayStation. Thankful for Concord. Like, oh man, I'm so thankful for Concord. That gave me like 5 years worth of ammo. Uh, yeah, man. It's we real thankful over here.
5 years. That's a long time.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold that over their head. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, man. Happy Thanksgiving. I don't do the turkey. We frying chicken. We got some macaroni and cheese. We got, you know what I mean. We about to. This is actually gonna be my first like Thanksgiving meal that I've cooked myself. Um, Usually I like do a side or two when I because we away from the family, so usually I like bring a side. But now on our own, we about to we doing our Thanksgiving dinner for the first time. So it's about to be lit.
That's awesome.
But yeah, you ready to get into the first topic? We are actually. Did you have anything for on the radar? Because I didn't. I didn't have
Uh,
anything.
I mean, I could throw out Fantasian. That's coming out next month as well. I think it's coming out early. I forgot what date it's coming out actually, but yeah, that I'm looking forward to playing that game. It's been out on
Apple
sorry,
Arcade.
Apple Arcade for a minute, but the consoles and PC and stuff are finally getting it. But that's really it.
I. I mean, other than like Indiana Jones, I don't think there's really anything else that I'm really looking forward to. And we've talked about Indiana Jones enough.
For sure. They've shown it off enough too.
We almost get into Deathloop levels for Indiana Jones.
Absolutely.
Almost not Deathloop. They was walling with Deathloop. You couldn't go one show without seeing Deathloop. But yeah, I'm excited about Indiana Jones. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, I guess we're going straight into the news. first topic. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Chuck. I don't know if you see Chuck is mad about the Kendrick and Drake shit right now. So he I just keep seeing his messages
It's
pop
okay.
up.
I'm not. I'm just trolling too. I'm not taking it anyway. Let's see. It's all good. I'll respond to it later.
All right.
He's welcome to come in here and talk about it if he wants to.
Oh no, we don't need that. We gonna have to have an extra hour on the show.
That's hella funny.
All right. Let's start with good old PlayStation. You know we thankful for PlayStation. They've been kicking themselves in the ass this whole 2024, giving me a lot of to talk about. All the good stuff. Love it. And however you want to take this, this could be good or bad news because we have Shuhei Yoshida leaving PlayStation on January 15th, 2025. The legend, basically the last of the old guard when it comes to like the PS3 to PS4 era of PlayStation. And obviously he's been there longer, but when I think of like when I started to recognize who was like in charge of PlayStation and Xbox, it was during the 360 PS3 era where I actually started to pay attention to that stuff. And Shuhei Yoshida was one of those faces that I'm like, okay, I recognize this guy. I know the name, and he used to have a lot bigger role than where he is now, where he's just working in the indie. He was in the indie. I forgot what they call it. The Indies Initiative. Yeah, he was the head of Indies Initiative. But PlayStation, they put out a blog celebrating Shuhei Yoshida's 31 years with PlayStation. And they talked about how he was the president of PlayStation Studios during part of the PS3 and PS4 years. He spent the past few years as the head of Indies Initiatives at PlayStation. And after basically like right after the 30th anniversary of PlayStation. Oh yeah, he's been there since literally day one. Like he's been there since day one.
Yeah. Did you watch that podcast that they put out?
No.
I only watched because most of it is not the interview with Shuhei, but I watched some of it. But anyways, continue. We could talk about that in a bit.
Yeah. So they basically announced that he was going to be leaving in January, and to add on top of that, there was someone who on Twitter who asked him like he says his Warren Shuhei, and he says, "Shu, you're not retiring, are you?" And Shuhei Yoshida says, "No, I'd like to stay in the industry." So he is not retiring after these 31 years with PlayStation. It seems that he will be working somewhere else. And he does say that he would still like to work with indies if he can. So it looks like he is leaving PlayStation, but he is still going to be within the industry. So, what was it in the interview? Because I didn't read it or listen to it.
Okay. Yeah. So, he pretty much. Well, obviously, it's sponsored by PlayStation, so they can't like go too much into it. But, from what I get from his interview is, yes, he is very focused in on the smaller and indie titles. But also it seems like he's actually really happy. Like he seemed really happy about it in the interview. Um, like he said the funny thing is he says in the interview he's like I'm confident in like the younger staff, and he doesn't really talk much about it, but he says like that's kind of his like main driving force of like doing it. He's saying like it's a good time for him to do it. He says he's been with PlayStation for a long time. He talks about other creators that also like were like a part of that class that was growing up. Um, Hideaki Itsuno, he's one that also retired from Capcom recently. That's kind of like a part of that same kind of class of people. Same with the guy that made Slitterhead. I forgot. I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head. But they all seem like they're leaving their like parent companies and going off and doing like their own thing. But um, yeah, he didn't talk about like he didn't talk much about like what he's doing afterwards in that interview. It was really just more of like him reflecting on his time at PlayStation and stuff like that, and talking about the games that he shipped or helped ship and stuff. But it was it seemed like he was really positive. That's the main thing that I took away from it, is that like he seemed happy that he was leaving. I know that's kind of funny, but as for like where he's going, I feel like in my mind it's like anywhere but Tencent. Like
Yeah.
go anywhere but Tencent, please.
He goes to the Saudi Arabia gaming whatever.
They offer him like a stack. That's crazy.
But yeah,
What do you think?
I don't look at this as a negative. Um, it's really just like the symbolism of like, okay, now that he's gone, the old PlayStation is really like gone. There's no one left, honestly. Um, Obviously, like there's still like the game developers who were there during that era that are still there, but if we're talking like the heads, they're basically gone. I'm trying to think who, because there's no Connie Booth, Kaz. I mean, obviously we didn't want Kaz. We knew it. Kaz was on some shit back then. But who I'm trying to think. Like Jack Trennan, obviously he's gone.
Even people like Adam Boys and stuff like that.
Yeah. So yeah, man, like the old guard of PlayStation, like it feels like for the most part, I guess Herman Host is technically like a PS3, yeah, PS2 really. He was there PS2. Since the original Killzone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's been there, but it was more like going from game developer to being like head of PlayStation Studios. Yeah. But yeah, like how do you feel about that? This new PlayStation team, is the glory days of the PS3, PS4 days over, or is this actually gonna be the team that brings us to the best era of PlayStation?
I don't know, dude. It seems like it's over, to be honest, but they're so coy about like the games that they're making and stuff, but this doesn't surprise me, because they kind of gave him like a window facing job. Like it seems like it's like he could do way more and stuff, so it's like they kind of like pushed him to the side, and now he's like I'm gone. But I don't know, because they haven't really, even like we talked about it, like the sequels that they've made, they've been inferior to like the first ones that came out and stuff. So it's kind of like that trajectory is going downward. But I don't want to talk too much shit about it. Hopefully PlayStation can get the bops, get the bangers out. But at this point, it is what it is. I only turn on my PlayStation 4 exclusives, so whenever they get them out, I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, for me, Uh, I feel like PlayStation, you know, with Hiroki Totoki is he's temporary, right? Like they haven't announced who's actually gonna be taking over, right?
Um, yeah. Well, I think split into two. Like, not
No, we
Jim.
did. Okay, we did. I can't remember who it was though.
Yeah. Here I can try to look it up.
Yeah, because I remember they did announce that it was gonna be two different roles. Um, but like basically Jim Ryan one job got split into two, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, we did talk about that. Like co-CEO or something like
Yeah.
that.
But
And
yeah,
it,
I'm. Did you find it or?
I think his name is this spring Sony CEO Kenichiro Yoshida turned heads. Oh wait, no, hold on. It
Yeah,
might be
but
Hideaki Nishino. I think that might be his name.
yeah, okay. And we really haven't seen him in the light much. So I can't really say too much about him, but like honestly, my only concern is Herman Host. You know how I feel about Herman Host, but everyone else, like I don't have too many issues with, and we got some news about like we got rumors of Naughty Dog, um, seemingly about to show off their new IP. Cory Barlog new IP coming. Like if those ones hit, because that's all it's just gonna take a couple of hits that you can like everyone's gonna be like, oh yeah, PlayStation's back, like they never left because they are the name brand, they're the default brand. So as like no matter how long they go, or I shouldn't say no matter how long, but if they if they drop like 2-3 bangers, all will reset with them. Unlike like Xbox where they need to have like 5 years of straight bangers for people to be like, maybe I will consider an Xbox. Maybe Xbox has changed. But yeah, I feel like they have a good chance to turn things around, uh, especially with the new IP. Because if their new IP hit like a Horizon or God of War reboot, Spider Man, like that PS4 lineup that basically like brought everyone back, or I should say everyone back, but like made the PS4 what it was. We haven't really seen that with the PS5 yet. That like a lineup anywhere near that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm right now. I'm rooting for them. I'm gonna talk my shit though, but we rooting for them until then.
Absolutely, because I mean, Shuhei said, like he's confident in the management that they have now. Like like kind of exclaimed that.
Yeah.
But it does seem like he's gonna take his time though with whatever he's gonna do next. I don't think he's gonna jump like right in right away. But yeah. Well, I'm rooting for Yoshida, man. I'm rooting for that guy. He should come out west so we can have a Shohei and a Shuhei. That'd be sick.
But yeah, I can't say for sure that Shuhei had a good eye for like the indies and which ones they would lock up, what PlayStation would lock up, except for Stray. I don't know what he was smoking when he saw Stray, but other than that, like for the most part, their indie initiative was really good. So, I'm trying to see where he gonna go. Hopefully, either he starts a new like indie publishing arm. That would be cool because we just lost a couple, so that would be great to see. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be looking out for wherever Shuhei Yoshida ends up. Yeah, was there anything else you wanted to add on?
Um, I actually, you talking about like PlayStation kind of being like the default brand now was funny because in the interview he mentions that back then it like nobody took PlayStation seriously. That's what he said.
Who
But
said that?
Yoshida,
How, I don't understand, because from the first PlayStation, 100 million sold. Like, when did they not take PlayStation seriously?
I
When
don't.
they first announced it, I guess that would be like the only time that he could say that.
Yeah, yeah, it could just be in the context, but he also mentioned that like something like back when they first were like starting this idea of PlayStation, that a lot of the players that had jumped into the like the console and the video game industry, like they failed. But he didn't name any names, but he was just saying like it just was challenging back then, is what he was pretty much saying.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, man, I'm excited though. Like you said, he has a really good eye for gameplay, and he has a really good eye for like what's fun for the most part.
except for
But
Stray.
except for Stray, which is just a glorified walking simulator as you play as a cat. But yeah, well we'll see after when is he retiring or from
January
PlayStation?
15th.
January 15th. Okay, so after next year, we'll see where he goes.
All right. With that, we can move on to the next topic. This this might actually be a really short show.
Okay, it's all good.
um. So we got an exclusive from Tom Henderson at Insider Gaming, because he got some details on a new Ubisoft game, new IP that is supposedly in the works. And like I said, this is from Insider Gaming, where he says Ubisoft has a new project in development under the code name Altera that will be a new social sim that uses voxel creation. Sources say the gameplay loop will be akin to the likes of Animal Crossing. Insider Gaming understands that the new project has been in development for approximately 18 months and was born following the cancellation of another project that used voxel creation. It was in development for around 4 years. Altera is described to me as an Animal Crossing inspired social sim that will see players inhabit a home island that will consist of interactable NPCs named Matterlings. Sources said that players will be able to leave their home island and go to other worlds, which consist of different biomes, different types of Matterlings, enemies, materials, and more, where they'll also be able to interact with other players. It was said that this game is somewhat similar to Minecraft's building mechanics, allowing players to build what they want with gathered materials. For example, if a player would like to create something out of snow and ice, they'd have to travel by means unknown to an ice world inhabited by snow ice Matterlings. Images sent to Insider Gaming show Matterlings somewhat like Funko Pop figures in their design, with large heads, and are creatively inspired by both fictional dragons, swamp monsters, etc., and real world animals, birds, polar bears, etc. Matterlings will also have different variations of the species, which will be reflected by the likes of their clothes, with different variants added throughout the game's life cycle. And in the article, you can see one of these Matterlings. Big head, has like a dragon kind of humanoid, dragonoid, devilish looking kind of Matterling, kind of cutesy, edgy. um, but yeah, so the game is currently in production at Ubisoft Montreal with the creative director Patrick Redding at the reins, who was previously the creative director of, oh shit, oh my god, everything was sounding good until this. Previously creative director of Gotham Knights at Warner Brothers. Jeez, that's not something you want on the resume. Um, Fabien Lerad. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Who has been at Ubisoft for 24 years, will also be the project's lead producer. At the time of writing, the game is likely still a few years away. Interestingly, Lerau LinkedIn states that the game is a next-gen project, but it's unclear if that information is old or not. So, how do you feel about Altera, an Animal Crossing X Minecraft style social sim game?
This is cool. Other than obviously, we don't gotta say it, but yeah, Gotham Knights is actually horrible. That game is fucking dog. But outside of that, no, this is pretty sick. Sorry. Did they? I'm sorry. Out of everything that you were saying, did they actually see any gameplay, or is it all just like screenshots and stuff?
Yeah, so I think they only saw like the biomes and pictures of the Matterlings, but no like actual gameplay in action.
Okay, interesting. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens with this. This actually is pretty cool. Terraria is pretty big, and Minecraft is pretty big. So, you know, more the merrier. But we'll see if this even actually comes out. Damn, this sounds like it's a long ways away now that I'm like actually looking at it.
Like so with it being, it's like, yeah, they could, you could see it coming out pretty soon. Depending on the scope, but like with it being like an online Animal Crossing with the Minecraft kind of like being able to build anything and go into all these different worlds where you'll meet other players and you'll be able to visit their worlds, and that could definitely, like, that scope could raise tremendously, because this could be like the next Roblox, the next Minecraft, if they play their cards right. So it's definitely something that they could, you could see them working a long time on. Hopefully not like beyond good and evil too long, because they said it's already been in development for around 4 years.
Oh wow.
And or sorry, no, this game has been in development for 18 months, but it was built off of a canceled voxel creation project that was in development for around 4 years. So they started with a just like a voxel creation Minecraft, like just full on Minecraft style game, and they canceled that one, took it and started doing like this social sim element on top of it, like the Animal Crossing, which I think is a much better idea than if they were to just try to copy Minecraft, because that would have been very stiff competition if they were just like, yeah, we're just gonna copy them and just do that. And if it was around 4 years ago, 2020, I still think that's too late to just be like, yeah, let's make a Minecraft competitor. Like, I gotta understand if it started in like 2016, like 2020, Minecraft was already way too big to be thinking about competing with. But
the funny thing is, Ubisoft did the same thing with Call of Duty with X Defiant.
Exactly. Same with, they picked the right and wrong time to try to compete with Grand Theft Auto with Watch Dogs. It was like, because GTA 5 just came out, and like if it was pre GTA 5, Watch Dogs, like if Watch Dogs would have came out as is on the Xbox 360, it probably would have been way better than if it came out than when it came out, which was after GTA 5. Because GTA 5 was shitting on it and it came out on a 360. So I think they fucked up with the timing on that. But yeah, I do like that Ubisoft does at least attempt to like try to get into these spaces. Um, Even though they definitely do create like new ideas as well. For Honor being one that I wish they would actually like do like a big revamp or like a sequel, something, because I loved For Honor, but it's not something I'm gonna go to. Like I'm not going back to it unless they do something big, either like a For Honor 2 or like a big revamp for it. But yeah, I loved For Honor when it first came out. I played it for like a year straight. Um, it was a really good game, and to this day there's still really nothing like it. Like Chivalry 2 and like Chivalry, there's kind of similar, like a first person version. But as far as like that combat system, there's really nothing like it. So I'm one of the few people who love Ubisoft, and I love that. Like even though they don't always hit, and sometimes when they don't hit, it's definitely their fault because they rush and they half-ass things. But when they do hit, when they do come up with creative ideas, I feel like they never get the credit that they deserve. So I'm hoping that this one is big. So I'm hoping that they do take their time with this. Um, at the same time, hopefully they don't go like bankrupt or get sold before this. So yeah, because honestly, like this sounds like something that could be huge if done right. But yeah, and I like the fact that they did mention that there will be like combat and enemies and all of that. So an Animal Crossing style game with combat, yeah, definitely down for that.
For sure.
Yeah. Anything else you wanted to add on Altera, Project Altera, as we'll call it?
Project Altera. No. This sounds kind of like a super game initiative almost, like with Sega. Kind of
Yeah.
like it kind of sounds something similar to maybe what they're cooking up over there.
Well,
But we'll see.
the super game is just multiple games rather than it being like one huge game.
Yeah, but like the idea of it being like a social hub type thing, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, this seems pretty cool, and Ubisoft definitely needs a win. They need a banger. They need a hit.
Yeah, man. And Beyond Good and Evil 2, like, man, I want that game so bad. But I just do not see, because that game was like the super game. And the fact that it was like GTA Online, but also this narrative RPG, but also they had like they were doing so much with that game, and you keep seeing them take elements from what we saw of that game and put it into other games. Like a lot of what we saw from Beyond Good and Evil 2 was in Star Wars Outlaws. Which by the way, they had a big patch for that game that supposedly fixed a lot of the issues that people had with the actual game design, with the forced stealth missions being taken out.
Hmm.
And now you'll be able to do the mission any way that you want, rather
Oh,
like whether you want to go stealth or go guns blazing. you now have the option to do every quest that way.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool. I didn't think that they would have like done that. That was actually one of my main gripes with the original Watch Dogs, was those 4 stealth missions that pissed me off. Um, so the fact that they're like, yeah, like they literally took out the forced stealth. So like it used to be you get caught, you start over the mission. Now it's, oh, if you get caught, you can like try again to go full stealth, or you can fight your way out of it.
Hmm.
So yeah, and then they also improved the AI, because a lot of people were complaining about how dumb the AI was, especially in the stealth sections. So they improved the AI, and now they're more aware, and the wanted system is also more revamped. Like they did a lot in this first big update. So I'm actually gonna be. I actually think I'm gonna play that in December. Star Wars Outlaws. I'm gonna pick it up. I'll put it off. But I think I'm gonna hop on it now. Pause. But yeah, back Beyond Good and Evil 2 though. That's the super game. That's Ubisoft super game. Get that one. Like if they hit on all cylinders with the online like MMO kind of, it wasn't MMO. It was like Destiny-ish. Had the Destiny hub world and going on missions with your friends. You create your character. There's a like it was basically the Division times 10 in space. There's space like air, like there's aerial combat on like in the world. There was like speeders on the ground, speed bikes and cars. Like they were doing so much with this game, and then they actually had like space battles as well. I'm like, bro, if y'all can pull this shit off, that would be like a GTA online experience. And if y'all are able to just keep updating that game, but yeah, I'm rooting for these upcoming Ubisoft games for sure. And also just give me Mario plus Rabbids 3. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, last words, Ubisoft and Altera, or Ubisoft in general.
Ubisoft, hold the line.
Yeah, we holding the line for Ubisoft, not gonna lie. Our last piece of news. Last piece of news? Question mark? All right. This is coming from VGC. There was the Final Fantasy Rebirth director says that Xbox is great, and he wants to see the trilogy on more platforms. Xbox is great. Wants to see the Final Fantasy trilogy, 7th trilogy, on more platforms. I don't see the correlation. Not gonna. But yeah, let's read what Chris Scullion had to say. Now, Naoki Amaguchi, who was the co-director of Final Fantasy VII Remake and the director of Rebirth, was recently asked by Games Radar how he felt about the game being released on other platforms. Amaguchi replied that while there were no announcements to make yet, he wanted to see the remake games appearing on more systems. Quote, "In terms of Final Fantasy VII, there's nothing really we can say at the moment, but certainly I do want to bring Final Fantasy VII and the remake series to as many players out there as possible. So we want to create that situation, that environment where more players can play the games in future, and we want to look in that direction." Amaguchi also said that while it used to be possible to release a game on a single platform and have players buy that system, to play it, that's less the case these days. Explaining that while in the past publishers could put out a game in one place and get most of the players coming to that game to play it on that platform, it's so much more diversified now. So I think that's probably why our CEO, Mr. Kiryu, made that decision to move more in the direction of multi-platform. That's just the way the industry is going. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is one of several recent PS5 exclusives that have failed to meet Square Enix's sales expectations, leading to the publisher to announce plans to shift to multi-platform strategy. Although he didn't specifically mention Xbox when saying he wanted to see the Final Fantasy VII Remake series on other platforms, Hamaguchi was then asked for his opinion on Square Enix's multi-platform strategy, to which he praised the Xbox platform. This is just a personal opinion now, but I've got an Xbox myself, he replied. I think it's a great hardware platform. I do like Xbox. So, the Rebirth series was said that it would never come to Xbox because PlayStation locked it up. Or if we did see it, we would have to wait until the entire trilogy is out, and then we would get like all three once that contract supposedly finally ends. But with Square Enix's recent strategy moving towards multi-platform, and also the comments of Naoki Hamaguchi, how are you feeling about the chances of Final Fantasy VII Remake or Rebirth coming to Xbox before the trilogy is out?
I think there is a high percent chance that. See, I definitely think 16's coming out soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely 16's coming. They already got the pixel remaster, so really the only ones that are missing are 7 Remake and 7 Rebirth.
Yep.
So maybe after 16, there's a slight chance that 7 and Remake and 7 Rebirth could come out, but I still think that the possibility of it still being like the whole trilogy needs to be exclusive on PlayStation first for it to come out on Xbox might still be the case. But I also think that Square wants to put 7 Remake and Rebirth on the Switch and the Switch 2 if they could, or on the Switch if they could, and Switch 2 is most definitely probably will be able to run it. So and remember those rumors at Gamescom where they had like the Switch in the back and like apparently they had like 7 Remake running on it.
Yep.
You remember those rumors? So, and I think I'm pretty sure the Switch audience will eat up 7 Remake and Rebirth. So I would like to say it's there's more of a chance now. We'll see after 16.
For me, I think as soon as it comes to the Switch 2, it comes to Xbox same day. Kind of like the Persona like 4, 5, or what was it, Persona 3, 4, and 5 coming out on Xbox and Switch for the first time at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be one of those type of announcements where everyone, like whoever doesn't have it, they're getting it at the exact same time. I don't think we're gonna get a rollout like like it's gonna come to the Switch first and then it's gonna come to Xbox later. I think if it comes to the Switch, like if they're already working on or have worked on the Switch port, they were working on and have worked on the Xbox port as well. So that's how I think it's gonna happen. I think Square maybe the contract was like, yeah, the trilogy has to come out exclusively and then wait a year, 2 years, whatever, then it can come to whoever else. But I think with the disappointing sales and Square's new strategy, I think they may have kind of bought out the contract or tried to renegotiate with PlayStation. Maybe they had a clause like if it doesn't hit these certain sales on this one platform, then the exclusivity, because we've seen something similar with that, like the Marvel deal with Spider-Man. If Spider-Man or the Marvel games with Insomniac didn't sell a certain amount, then they would lose like the rights for the Marvel the Spider-Man license, the X-Men license, whichever one it was. So yeah, I can see that being the case as well, where because Final Fantasy disappointed, we might that they didn't hit the metrics that they needed, and that exclusivity went out the window, and they were like, well, Switch 2 is our savior, I guess. Oh, and that guy Xbox has been pretty nice to us, so I guess we'll throw him the remake too. That Spencer San. Oh wait, I can't do that. That's racist, I guess.
No, I'm curious. I'm curious to see how Rebirth would look on the Switch 2. That'd be a really crazy comparison.
Rebirth. Yeah, that's gonna be because it already struggles on PS5, but we know the PS5 is an unstable box. And we know that DLSS is better than PSSSRs. SSSS, the pisser. The pisser. So if that's the case, Switch 2 with DLSS, it might do a little something. I ain't gonna lie, it might do some. But yeah, if they optimize it, and then if they optimize it enough for the Switch 2, it'll definitely be very optimized for the Series S. I can't wait for the Switch 2, bro.
Me neither, dude. Me neither. What do you think? You think we're getting it in December, the announcement, or nah? Nah.
I'm going with January now. If they haven't done it, if they didn't do it before the holiday, they're not gonna do it during the holidays. It's definitely gonna be January. They're gonna wait for all of the holidays to blow over, get all those Nintendo Switch the final Nintendo Switch big sales for the holiday, and then they're gonna say, "All right, Switch 2, it's time."
Okay. Yeah. Now, this could be a news story. PlayStation announced 160 mil for PS2.
Yeah, bro.
What do you think about that?
They gonna keep pulling these numbers out they ass the closer the Switch get to beating the PS2. They gonna come up with something else. Like, oh, did we say 160? I meant 165 million because we just counted the sales from Antarctica. That we were forgetting about them. The polar bears was going crazy for the PS2, so you know what I mean. And the Switch hit 164. Actually, it was 170 million because we forgot that after Roswell, the aliens was fucking with the PS2. They needed that DVD player. They pulled up to about like 5 million of them things. But yeah, it's hilarious that like they're just updating numbers for these old, like, who does that? They didn't do it with the PS3. They didn't do it with the PS1. Why are they doing it now with the PS2? We all know why. And imagine if Nintendo would have updated the DS sales, which was at 154 million, literally 1 million under the PS2. Like, I'm pretty sure the DS kept selling even after they stopped counting the numbers. They could have said, "Oh yeah, the DS is 156 million. It surpassed the PS2 anytime that they wanted." So yeah, we not with the propaganda. What's the Switch? It's 155 plus. We saying that the Switch is the best selling. I ain't trying to hear all that shit. Um, but yeah, I actually don't even know if it can without a price drop. I'm still like, bro, how have they not done a single price drop for the Switch? Also, all right, this is just we just gonna make this a topic, I guess. We
Okay.
just gonna talk the future of Nintendo and the Switch because I was thinking this the other day. So do you remember Nintendo Selects
Mm-hmm.
where after a few years they would drop the price of some of their first party games to 19.99, 29.99 um depending on the console, depending on the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I always expected the Switch to do this, but the Switch didn't. And I was like, man, like I understand these games are selling buku without them doing it, but Nintendo still would do it like no matter what the game was after a few years. Like some games, obviously, like the Mario Karts, the big Mario games, they would wait a little longer than the like the Kirby's and Donkey Kongs, those type of games. They'd wait a little longer before they put them on Nintendo Select, but they would still go eventually. So I'm over here like, man, like, what's going on with them, bro? Why they not doing Nintendo Select? They not doing price drops. Well, we understand like the hardware, the cost of hardware is just not going down, like in previous generations. So I can understand why, because you see PlayStation and Xbox raising their prices. Nintendo's just holding strong with that price. So I think the hardware might be a little more difficult for them to justify dropping.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, okay, so what would make them do Nintendo Select? And I think that we're gonna see them do Nintendo Selects for specific Nintendo Switch titles, Nintendo Switch 1 titles, when the Nintendo Switch 2 comes out. So those classic games, the probably not gonna start with like the Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdoms, Mario Odysseys. Probably like a Fire Emblem Three Houses, the Kirby Forgotten Land, Luigi's Mansion 3, maybe the Pokemon titles, the older ones, something like that, and like Xenoblade. You'll start to see those at the launch of the Switch 2. They're like, hey, these games, $19.99, $29.99, whatever price they decide on for Switch for the Nintendo Select. So, yeah, man, what do you think about that? I think that seems, because then you can keep the Switch 2 titles. $60. I hope they don't go to 70, but I can see them doing it. You can keep them $70 throughout the entire generation, because it seems like now there's no more like leaving like you're not leaving generations behind anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna keep carrying over. So when the Switch 3 comes out, that's when you put the Switch 2 games on Nintendo Select type shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, am I crazy? What you think about that?
No, I think you're right on base, because I'm seeing it now. A lot of Nintendo games are on sale, and I'm like, wow, like this, like even Tears of the Kingdom and stuff like that is like you can get it for like $39, like which is just pretty
It's actually
steep
29 at
29.
Walmart. Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't even see that. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of the games on sale, and I think that's like kind of them like indicating to us like, oh yeah, keep buying these games because they'll still work on the next one, you know. Hopefully that's what it is. But we'll see. But no, I'm with you. I think they should bring back the Nintendo Selects for these OG Switch games. Um, yeah, for
Is
sure.
there anything with the Switch 2 that you can? I mean, I guess I can because I wasn't gonna bring up news. But since we're already talking about the Switch 2, I was ignoring it because I was like, oh, it's just another Switch 2 rumor. But since we're
Mhm.
already talking about it, I might as well just throw this one in here.
Okay.
So let me pull up this because there was a new rumor for the Switch 2. I did not think we were just gonna get through this like the entire podcast in an hour and 30 minutes.
All good.
Uh, so let's see. Here it is. So this is also coming from Insider Gaming, Mike Straw. Nintendo Switch 2 releasing March 2025, rumor claims. The Nintendo Switch 2 will release in March 2025. That's according to the latest rumors published by popular Nintendo news channel Nintendo Prime. According to the latest rumors, which the channel found on Chinese former Weibo and the Famiboards gaming forum, Nintendo will officially reveal its next system in January 2025, followed by a March launch. Nintendo has not responded to requests for comment as of publishing. As always, until something is made official or Insider Gaming can independently confirm the details, please take all rumors with a grain of salt. That said, this isn't the first time a March 2025 release date has been rumored for the follow-up console. Also, the last update from the company is that the console is sorry. The console will be announced before April 2025. As far as what to expect with the next Nintendo Switch console, Nintendo confirmed that it will have backwards compatibility as well as feature the same Nintendo Switch Online service that players currently have. Other rumors about the console include magnetic Joy-Con controllers with additional buttons, as well as support for up to 4K resolution when docked. It's also been claimed that the new system will get AAA games around its launch, something the current Nintendo Switch didn't have. What the fuck was Breath of the Wild? If I mean, even the first year we got Doom 2016 and Skyrim, uh, whatever edition, the PS4 Xbox One edition.
Hmm.
So special edition, that's what it's called.
Yeah, it wasn't until the Series X and PS5 came out is when the game stopped like getting ported, and even then, some games found a way.
Bro, Hogwarts Legacy found a way. I still don't
Yeah.
understand how the fuck they got that. And Hogwarts Legacy somehow ran better than Mortal Kombat 1 on the Switch, which is wild. But yeah. But yeah. They got some more forums in China talking about the saying that March 2025 is the release date, and we'll see the reveal in January. But yeah, is there anything that you can think of where you're just like, okay, this is gonna be, I guess we can do this as our Nintendo Switch 2 prediction kind of thing, early predictions of like what's the thing that we're definitely gonna see at the announcement or like at the launch of the Switch 2.
What we're definitely gonna see?
Yeah, that
Metroid
hasn't
Prime
already
4.
been like rumored.
Oh, okay. I see. Um, I want a new Mario Kart really bad. So I want a Mario Kart. But going back to the rumor from Insider Gaming, I don't think that Nintendo have they ever done that where they've announced a console and 2 months later they released it?
No.
Like I feel like if it's announced in January, then at the very least it's gonna be like April or May.
Yeah, I mean technically, if you don't count the Switch commercial, it was like there was the presentation in January, which like really showcased, because we didn't even know about the motion controls or like anything like that. We didn't really see much in that commercial. But then the January presentation, that's when we saw everything, and we got the release date for March. So if they're just saying, yeah, skip the commercial, and then we're just gonna go straight to the January presentation, and it's gonna release in March, then yeah, you could say it kind of did happen exactly like that with the Switch.
Okay. So what you're saying is there is actually a chance still.
Yeah, I think there's still a chance of that, because it's the sequel to the Switch. I don't think they need that super long build up. And plus, I think the rollout for the Switch 1 being so small, I guess, like being so short, with the supply issues and everything, I think it helps when people don't, like, it's not in the holidays where that's like the hot item that everybody's looking for. And it was a small window from like announcement to release, and the hype wasn't as like, the hype for the console itself was like, it was like, yeah, the Nintendo fans were sure, well, obviously they were excited, but it was kind of like, oh, a wait and see approach, until Breath of the Wild was like so good that people were like, oh, I have to buy the Switch because of this game. And then people were like, oh, but like the Switch is actually like a really great concept, as well as this game being amazing. And then like word of mouth started to spread from there, and that's basically how the Switch became the success that it is. So I do think that them, like, because of how successful the Switch was and how everyone's waiting for that sequel, I think keeping it short so that, like, because it's gonna sell out. Like, there's gonna be supply issues.
I already know that
like
that
crazy
day one
at the
is
beginning.
gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to get.
So I already know that. I think keeping it short, the word of mouth will get there. Like, it's gonna happen. People who have Switches, they're gonna find out eventually. They might not find out in that first 2 months, but they'll find out. Especially once that holiday comes around. So I think keeping it short and tight, because the hardcore, they'll be there. They'll know about it. I think keeping it short and tight will actually be better than drawing it out, spending more marketing dollars for like minimal change in actual like revenue. Like the marketing being longer. I think a lot of developers have learned that now, that those long ass marketing, like spending a shit ton of money just to market longer, doesn't really help when you can kind of be like, hey, here's the game, comes out in 2 months, and we're gonna like do a little burst of marketing for it, and it's gonna give the same results.
That's fair, because then they can just kind of treat as the games that are going to be exclusive to the Switch as like marketing the console as well, like, so they can just focus on marketing each game, and then that will get people to buy the console. So yeah, no, I hope it's a March, dude, because that's coming up, man. I want it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and also that's how they've been marketing their games. Like, it's always like, lately we've just been seeing the games like, oh, hey, here's a direct, it's announced, and it's out in 4 to 6 months. Like, or it'll be like, hey, here's a Twitter post, here's this game that's coming out, Xenoblade Chronicles X. I know y'all been waiting for this. Y'all thought it was gonna be in a direct, but just random Twitter post. Remember, like Paper Mario Origami King was also just done in a Twitter post. And it was like, yeah, it's coming out in 3 months. Here you go. Love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we can get that January announcement to March. I hope they do it the day of the Xbox Dev Direct, just to like Xbox announces the January Dev Direct, and then Nintendo's like, nah, B, that's our day. But yeah, was there any other predictions you had for the launch or the announcement? Who do you think we're gonna like? Who's the first third party that we're gonna see when the Switch 2 is announced?
See, my heart wants to say Ubisoft just because they're always there, but you know what I'm gonna say, bro? I think Xbox is gonna be there, bro. I think Xbox is gonna be there day one.
I think we're gonna see Call of Duty. They're gonna be like the first. They're gonna pull out the Call of Duty card early on.
Absolutely.
And if not, oh well, I guess if we're talking about a Japanese centric show, because the January presentation was very Japanese focused, and we saw like Travis Strikes Back and Octopath Traveler. What else did we see there? We saw like, damn, what was announced at the January show? It was mostly Japanese games for sure. We did see like Mario. No, Mario plus Rabbids wasn't even there. That was way later. I don't know. It was mostly. I need to look it up now.
One, two, switch.
Oh, how could we forget 1-2 Switch? the greatest launch title of
Arms.
all time.
They showed off Arms.
Yep.
Splatoon.
Splatoon 2, which we saw in the trailer.
Mario Odyssey. They showed off a Xenoblade game.
Yeah, Xenoblade 2, Fire Emblem Warriors, Dragon Quest X, Dragon Quest 11, and Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2. The Shin Megami Tensei game that didn't come out until like 5 years later. Project Octopath Traveler, which Project Untitled Gaming Podcast comes from. The No More Heroes that ended up being Travis Strikes Back. So yeah, like there was FIFA. FIFA was there, but I want to say that's the only Western.
Skyrim was there.
Skyrim, too. Yeah, Skyrim. I forgot. Skyrim and FIFA. Those are like the only Western games that we saw. But yeah. Ooh. I think Square. It's because that just makes sense. It's Square. They're also always there at the start. Usually with something a little smaller, or a port or something like that. But they're usually there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anything else you want to add?
Other than
for the Switch 2?
Give it to me right now. Nintendo, take my money.
I just want to see it. I don't even want to play it. I just want to see it. I just want to peek. Give me a little striptease, Nintendo. I won't touch. I just want to watch. But yeah. Was there anything, any other topics, or are we wrapping it up?
What, bruh? Honestly, I don't even know. Outside of the Shuhei thing that broke literally yesterday, um, I mean, we could talk about like, I mean, there's some Game Pass games that came out. Like Nine Souls is on Game Pass now, which is crazy because I bought that game earlier this year and like now it's on Game Pass. But um, outside of that, not much, bro. To be honest. I'm waiting for the Switch 2 too, man. I'm waiting for it. So like I'm at this point I'm impatiently waiting for it. Like earlier this year I was like, okay, I'm pretty patient for it, you know, like I could wait a few months for them to announce it, but now it's like, bruh, it should have been announced.
Yep. I'm literally scrolling through Twitter to see if there's anything that popped off.
Let's see.
Oh, okay. Here's a little one. So the hopium is in the air for Bloodborne fans. I don't know if you saw this,
Okay.
but Bloodborne servers are undergoing maintenance on December 3rd, 2024, the same date that was hidden in that recent PlayStation trailer, if you remember them teasing December 3rd for something that we still don't know. And people started to think like, oh, is it gonna be a patch? We finally getting that 60 FPS on Bloodborne, or is it gonna be a remaster, remake announcement, or even Bloodborne 2? And I'm over here like, bro, y'all do this every time. just give it up, bro. There's other From Software games out there. It's time to let it go. Y'all need therapy, honestly. That's all I gotta say for Bloodborne fans. Y'all motherfuckers need therapy. You need Jesus, honestly. Because the hopium is crazy. So yeah, and that's how I felt when I saw that shit. I'm like, bro, they do maintenance all the damn time for Bloodborne, and I always see them getting their hopes up every time there's some maintenance happening. Bro, it's maintenance. It's an online game. I don't know if you've noticed that. There's gonna be maintenance. But yeah, am I just being a pessimistic, negative Nancy?
Nah, when you're reading that news out to me, that's kind of how it seems. Like it just seems like a coincidence, but
Coincidence? I think not.
it could. It could. I mean,
bro, why? Okay, why would PlayStation be teasing? If they're teasing anything, the last thing that they would be teasing in a trailer is a Bloodborne. That they're just gonna magically announce this Bloodborne reboot. They don't give a fuck about Bloodborne. If you haven't noticed by now, Bloodborne still hasn't hit like 3+ million. I always say, bro, the Bloodborne community will make you think that this is a 25+ million seller like Elden Ring, greatest game, like biggest game of all time for PlayStation, and the Bloodborne community will gaslight you into thinking that shit is true. That shit barely hit 3 million sales, and like it was sitting at like 1.5 million until that shit dropped down to $20. So I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. PlayStation obviously does not care about Bloodborne, and I ain't gonna lie, I think Bloodborne, if it released today, post Elden Ring, would be very successful. But y'all had y'all chance. Y'all ain't buy that shit. I bought it. I was there. I think the game's ass though, but that's just me. I'm not a Souls like person. I just bought it because it was the next PlayStation game, and it ran like ass. I remember that. I remember 20 frames per second. But yeah, Bloodborne fans, it's time. It's like y'all need an intervention. Y'all need to just let it like don't say anything. Just just act like it don't exist. Go about your day, and then when it finally does happen, y'all can do all that. Like it's a wonderful surprise. It's not y'all chasing every single tail, thinking that y'all got the prize, and y'all getting like shit in your face. Y'all think y'all grabbing. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. What analogy I'm trying? Y'all reaching for rabbits and y'all keep grabbing skunks.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah.
But yeah,
they need to play different games. Play something else.
Bruh.
Play Lies of P.
Exactly. Go play Lies of P better. Like that's if y'all still waiting for Bloodborne remaster when Lies of P exists, it's time to give it up. Y'all don't like Bloodborne for anything besides it being Bloodborne, because Lies of P was better in every way. Not even gonna hold you. I need to finish that, honestly. I need to finish a lot of games though.
Same.
All right, but with that, I think we can. We hit the 2-hour mark. I was at least just trying to hit the 2-hour mark.
Absolutely.
But yeah, with that, that is surprisingly it. That is all that we have for you today. Thank you for tuning in, and for all the people leaving comments in the chat. We do appreciate the support. Make sure you guys hit that like, because we love you guys and it helps us grow this channel. If you're not subscribed and enjoyed the show, hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated. Dual-Wield Gaming Podcast will be back next Thursday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, with another great show. Now let's go ahead and get those outros out the way. The bagels. A nice little short Thanksgiving little show for everybody, not gonna lie. I think it's actually a good little good duration for Thanksgiving, not too long. Can be interrupting y'all during y'all family get together and everything. So, you know what I mean? But what we got what we got going on post Thanksgiving?
Absolutely. So post Thanksgiving, I'm gonna hopefully be done with all my covers, so I can pick a new game to cover. And I should have some more insights on different games next week, because I should have a little bit more game time on with my most of my classes being done. Some of them are still lingering on, but I should have a little bit more gaming done. And then especially when Indiana Jones comes out, I definitely want to be there day one. I wanna see what that game has to offer, because I'm ready for an adventure game. Like that just sounds fun. Like a good way to conclude the year, this crazy year that we've been through. But yeah, I'm just excited to get through this semester, man. That's really it. It's been holding me back. I've been wanting to game, but it's like I'd have to sit here and grind these assignments out. But it's all good though. We it's a balance, Life is a balance. But yeah.
When is Indiana Jones? What was the release date for that?
It's either December 8th or 9th.
Okay. All right. And where can we find you?
Yes, Twitter, Subeg Dollywall, Instagram, Subeg Dollywall, Twitch. I've been streaming a little more. Twitch.tv/Subagels. Same thing with YouTube, youtube.com/Subagels. Y'all can find me on all that. I'm pretty accessible, but yeah, all those places.
All right. As for myself, Don Otaku, you can find me on Twitter at Pasta Feet after ET, and you can find me on twitch.tv/Don Solo, cooking up something, but it's gonna take a while before I'm on there regularly. But just give me just a moment. We gonna have something. And let's see. Also, you can find me right here on YouTube, Don Otaku, where not only do we do the Dual-Wield Gaming Podcast with Subegos, but also doing the Project Untitled Gaming Podcast, working title, with my day ones, my kinfolk, and yeah, it's a live show, very chaotic, very fun. So pull up, leave some comments. We will be reading and reacting to them live. So other than that, um, actually this is gonna be the new thing that I'm testing because we gotta see what games are coming up in the following week, and this one is not a good list because I do not see any games coming up. The first game is coming up is Fantasian Neo Dimension December 5th, which is gonna be the week after. Like we'll have another show before that even comes out. I'm trying to see if there's a better list where I can see like all games, like the indies and all. Let me see. Let's see.
Oh, I see a list.
What you got?
You want me to just say the games?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so on December 5th, there's gonna be a game called Infinity Nikki. I think this was shown off at one of the state of plays that
Yeah,
PlayStation
we don't talk about Infinity Nikki.
did. And then also the same day, Fantasian comes out, and Delta
Yeah.
Force is also coming out that day as well.
I guess there's just nothing coming out in between like this week. Oh, I guess it
okay.
is Thanksgiving, so I guess people are like, yeah, let's not release during Thanksgiving week.
For sure. You want me to say? You want me to say the next?
Oh,
The next
actually,
list of
hold
games?
on. Look, tomorrow. All right, I found something.
Okay,
We got the definitive list with the indies and all.
got it.
The games that like the games radars and Game Rant won't talk about. We got
Okay.
Rent a Girlfriend, The Horizon, and The Girl in the Swimsuit. If you know the anime, that's a visual novel version of the anime slash manga. Fuck that anime, by the way. Fuck that manga, by the way. The fact that that shit is still going, count your days. Riviera, the Promised Land remaster. Riki 8-bit game collection. Snow Bros Wonderland. Taito Milestones 3. Tokyo Psychodemic. That is all November 28th, tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Then we have the PS5 release of Dark Tide, Anton Blast for Windows and Nintendo Switch, which I thought that was already out. Unless it's just coming to Windows for the first time. That might be the case. Lorelei and the Laser Eyes coming to PS4 and PS5. And then the Thaumaturge. I don't remember how to pronounce that, but I remember the game is supposed to be like horror Pokemon or something like that, but that's coming to consoles on the 4th. And I guess we'll just say the game's coming out on the 5th because there actually are some big ones like Fantasian, Neo Dimension, which you mentioned earlier, Fitness Boxing 3, your personal trainer. I know those fitness boxing games are actually pretty big on the Switch. A lot of people play those. Abyss Seeker, what do you see deep in the abyss? And then Heaven Seeker, the savior of this cruel world. They're both action roguelike twin stick shooters. And I guess Abyss Seeker is coming out on Windows only, and Heaven Seeker is coming out on Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, iOS, and Android. So they're two different games, but they're the same game and developer. I don't know how that works. I'm actually kind of curious about that now, just seeing that. That was kind of weird. Fuck Infinity Nikki. Don't buy that shit. Okay. So, this motherfucker Chuck, if y'all know Project Untitled, if y'all haven't watched yet, Chuck, he loves anything that I hate purposefully to piss me off. So during the PlayStation Showcase, there was this Infinity Nikki game, and it looked like some fucking like dress up princess anime RPG bullshit. It's literally the description is a dress up adventure game. And this motherfucker's talking about, oh yeah, I'm excited about that game. I'm like, bro, I fucking hate him. Like he does it on purpose. I'm like, bro, you will not think about that game after this showcase. And I'm purposefully not mentioning it on Project Untitled, so that when it does come out, because he said he's gonna get it day one, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna roast him. I'm gonna wait a month. I'm gonna wait a whole month for him to just completely forget about the game. I'm like, hey, remember that game that you said you were gonna buy? So yeah, I'm about to gaslight him. But yeah, fuck Infinity Nikki. We have Railroads Online, Windows PS5 series consoles. Savant Ascent Remix, Stella of the End, Uncle Chop's Rocket Shop. Bro, December 5th is... Oh, no, I'm tripping. I'm not looking at the date. I'm tripping. No, that was still December 5th. Yeah, all of that was December 5th. Okay. But yeah, those are the upcoming releases. Fantasian kind of piquing my interest. I don't know if I'm gonna get it day one, but I'll definitely pick it up eventually. Other than that, nothing really on my watch. But the next day, Marvel Rivals comes out December 6th, and I'm definitely gonna be on that.
Same.
But yeah, with that, is there anything we want to leave the people with on this Thanksgiving to get them through the day, the week?
Yeah, so you guys should, of course, give your family some time and attention. Give them a hug. Let them know that you appreciate them and all that. But yeah, just be happy and stuff. It's this family's all we got. People are all we have, so just be thankful.
You can have more than family.
Well, of course.
You can make your own family.
Oh, absolutely. Nah, me and one of my homies, my homie Mayor, he's actually the guy that got his PS5 Pro boot ganged on. But he eventually got it. He got another one. PlayStation sent him another one. But we were talking about that and like how like blood isn't thicker than water sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But no, of course. I like to call everyone fam, we all in this, we all on this earth together, so
For
everybody
sure.
everybody fam.
Everybody fam. Be happy and all that. And with that, let's get out of here. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the week. Enjoy life. Peace out.
Peace.